Welcome DSM. How you doing? Oh, just gonna quickly turn that down a little bit. I don't know how loud it is for you, but it's a bit loud for me. So yeah. Um. mm, 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 mm. Compared. What's going on? 3. Why is this the thing? I reckon the root of my problem is in this mess. Is button pressed? Is button pressed? Catch returns false. Saves and loads profiles, alright. Hmm. And print. Get gamepad. I'm going to assume you're going to be gamepad 2. Dot get name. Let's just check. Yep, airflow. So dot is key pressed gamepad dot button menu forward. The button isn't apparently pressed. And what if I change it to the keyboard? Oh, some stuff goes down. There's keyboard 1. I'm confused. Just starting PC, okay. I'll see you in a minute then, in which case. Dot get name. Nostromo. Yeah, that doesn't exist. So you tell me gamepad. Oh no, because the gamepad's not in that array, is it? Yeah. Gamepads 0. Dot 0 dot get name. Yep, this is the keyboard. true. Okay, so that should be able to also tell me now whether... Apparently none of these buttons have been pressed. Oh, why is that? Is it because it's not assigned to anyone? Bugger. That's not the screen I wanted to go on to. Sign. Let's put either something. Oh, now it works. I'm confused. What do I have different? Okay, so I have something. um... Something about gamepad changes. If it's assigned poll pads, if it's assigned, how about if we just do this? Your legs keep standing still. Oh, there we go. Simple. Oh, the thrill. It was an efficiency thing. However, doesn't matter anymore. Also, I think I can remove that whole assigned player thing. I'll do that in a minute. But yeah, this works now. So now players can be assigned. Unfortunately, I only had two methods of input. Do you not have anything else? I can make a fake controller. How about PC emulate controller? With a gamepad or PC that's not Xbox, you can install Xbox 360 controller emulator. I don't want that. I just want... So no, probably not. So I can't test this at the moment. I just have to buy every single controller and try and test individually. No, I'll just have to do it some other time. I do need to go out and buy a few more controllers, in which case, not the end of the world. I can buy the really cheap ones, but the really cheap ones are still going to be like 10 quid each. Ugh. God damn. Why did this game just have to be built for controllers? No. Even though that's a complete lie. It wasn't built for controllers, it just turned out that everything that I made in this game just works better with controllers. So that works now, so I can actually connect. Whenever you're calling, baby, you know what, turn around. No, that's still possible. I don't know whether that's a good or bad thing, the fact that if you... See, nobody's assigned, which means I can have this gamepad, which isn't player 1, isn't controllable menus, be player 1. I don't know whether that's a very, very bad thing or what. Not the worst in the world. It's interesting to see the slider suddenly just jump whenever anyone joins. Ah, I realise actually I can test this without buying controllers. Yes, I don't have to make myself waste money. God, I really wish I had designed this before, because I could have done this much more elegantly. Welcome back, DSM. Oh, DSM, I don't know whether you know about servers in Java. I'm going to ask you anyway, just in case you do or don't. But it's the difference between TCP and UDP. Is it UDP? I don't know. Basically, TCP and the other one. I'm pretty sure it's UDP. I know that TCP is basically slower, but more not efficient. Less likely to have an error, and UDP is the complete opposite, where it's faster and less more likely to have errors. And TCP also has a fast algorithm in it, because I have written server architecture for this, which uses that. But actually, I can't remember my question. What was my question? Crap. I think I can't remember my exact question, but I think my question was more along the lines of: is there a disadvantage to using, or what's the disadvantage/advantage to using TCP, fast send algorithm or whatever it's called, over just having a UDP server? Well, you said more accurate, but I don't know what I actually said. More accurate. Oh yeah, more accurate with the TCP stuff, yeah. I was about to say, you just said more accurate the moment I asked that last question, so I was like, yeah, no, you said more accurate to something else, and I have no idea what I said. So we need... This is so messy. Also, I don't know why I have a slider down here, but nowhere else. I could make this as its own component. Should I not do that? That might be better, because then everything else can actually use it. There is no reason for it to be there. Slider. Class slider. There we go. After this as well, if I ever, well, I will do Java thing. I was about to say, if I ever do anything in Java again, which I will do, I think I'm gonna switch to using is it IntelliJ? Because for everyone that's told me IntelliJ is just better than Eclipse, and Eclipse keeps doing things which annoy me. So let's add to index. I'm actually gonna commit just that. I'm going to put it its own setting as well, so that's where that's 13. Commit, and we just want to commit slider. UDP is for dedicated server, but TCP is usually peer-to-peer. Okay. IRC stuff. So, it's been years since I've done networking, so it could be wrong. Okay, okay. Well, now you have by far more experience and knowledge over the stuff than I do, by the sounds of things. So I was just asking. So, by the looks of it, UDP would be used for things dealing with a lot. Yeah, with a lot of different inputs at a time. I know that quite a few. I know the Call of Duty series uses UDP because when I was reading about server stuff, that was one of the examples they used. And then it also uses some magic John Carmack interpretation algorithm stuff. So So I was just curious, because when this runs on TCP, it seems alright. I'm getting reasonable ping when connecting. Well, the only way I can really connect online at the moment. Well, I will do proper tests and try and optimize later on, but at the moment, everything is done over sort of VPNs and stuff. So that's basically how I simulate the internet. Might be the other way around. Oh, okay. Don't worry if you. It doesn't matter if you don't know the exact way around. I'll be sure to read up on it or whatever. I was just curious whether you knew anything about it. I know that TCP is slow as all hell if you don't enable its fast messaging algorithm, because my ping on local ping on the same machine TCP was like 200 milliseconds without the fast send algorithm, and I was like, Jesus Christ, why is this so slow? I have to do some serious optimization in order to make this fast, and then I realised actually there's an algorithm which exists for it that just basically says, yeah, go, and then down to like 3. Which was a rather nice experience, just to have it suddenly drop that much. So I need buttons now, so that's switch in the case of buttons. That draws the button. Case 3. No, I just kind of want to see this game done as well. The more I do with it, the more I regret. I'm just like, ah, I could have done so much more. There could have been better things to do. But alas. Let's also create a button. Button. New vector 3f dot x location dot y location dot z. Oh, did I not? I've already used buttons before. I don't know what this is. New vector 3f 0.5f 0.5f 0.5f. Reader and ready. That was an interesting misspelling. Draw. Okay. Bit large, but that's basically the idea of what I'm working for at the moment. How about we make this like 0.1? We don't need a thick button, we just need a button. Okay. Add size.z or minus. Wait, did I? Yeah, it's not there, so it's add. Although this button has no depth to it whatsoever. There we go, that's reasonable. Far too large there. Ready up. When did the term ready up actually first get toyed? Ready dot set text size 1. Ready up. Let's probably set the resolution a little bit higher as well. I'm trying to make everything readable in 1080. Not 1080, 720 at least. That's good size. Let's also make the button just a tiny bit taller. I think the width needs to be shortened down a little bit as well. Okay. Making the button tall. Oh yeah, text size is linked to button height. Yeah, I did. There's a lot of things I've done with this game so far which were really stupid decisions, and that was one of them. Text size completely changed with the button size, which is just a stupid idea. Also, another stupid thing was to actually do this on fixed function pipeline in the first place. Kind of wanted to have it to the add 0.1f. I want it to be to the right hand side a little bit. Not even close. 3. That's a little bit too far. Just by a tad. Let's go 2.7. 2.8. Yeah, that seems about right. Yep. I'm just going to raise its height by just the tiniest little smidge. That's not really my idea of a smidge. A little bit more than that. Yep, that seems good. I'm happy. I'm happy. Also need to... At the moment I just have stage switching and I have no fade in between them. I need to have some sort of transition. And I need to be able to set that transition too. I also need to get a chair which doesn't squeak. These are all things that... Any gameplay? I will show you some gameplay in a minute. I'm just trying to get this up because I'm trying to get all this menus done for multiplayer at the moment. And then once that's all done, it should be good. 3. But I need to actually force, because I got rid of the way to jump into the gameplay, so I have to force enter of gameplay. Actually, I need to keep fraps open as well, because I didn't want the frame rate. Feels like it's dropping. That was fine. 70 us streaming on a fixed function pipeline. Ridiculous, terrible game. Isn't too bad. Not much in gameplay has actually changed. The main thing I've been doing at the moment is just multiplayer. Actually, I don't think anything in Gamepad has changed. None of these buttons do anything. So yeah, that'll allow me to set the colour. I'll be like, yeah, I have the colour, and then I'll click this ready up button. So, if current button is equal to 3, and p dot is button pressed, gamepad dot button menu forward, and okay, so now we have something to do that. Then we can do, let's just have a boolean value here. Wait, where is this under? Yep, so at the top here, so let's just go private boolean ready equals false. If that already else, if that didn't do anything. Oh, I changed my typical. Whenever I just need something to print out. Yeah. Okay. What else going on? If the gamepad is not equal and no, or if no, and not ready. Let's also do. Wait, no. If the gamepad ID is not equal to 0, or no, and if get ready, and if not ready, else if ready. If you press button back, I think everyone's still called player 1, but that's fine. So then when every player is ready, we'll have like a countdown timer or something, and then the game will begin. update info. So we'll do 4 private long countdown. Let's just go float countdown. For gamepad. Nope, not for gamepad. For player. Nope. Player, select player. Repeat players. If. What do I call it? Was it just player? Yep. If P dot is ready. Boolean ready equals true. D equals false. If ready system dot print line. Let's do this as a test. So if everyone's ready. Oh, that didn't work. I need to do if everyone's for if p dot get gamepad ID is not equal to 1. They're not 1, minus 1. Int p count 0. P count plus plus. If and p count is greater than 0. So this way the game won't risk starting before any players actually exist. Yep. It also means that we know the exact number of players, which is good. So, therefore, if ready and p count is greater than 0, if countdown is equal to 0, else countdown equals 0, countdown equals system dot nanotime. I just put from nanotime to milliseconds. It's like times by 100 million, isn't it? Where did I do that? Input. No, in the server stuff. I think it's in the client debugging a ping. There. So that gives you milliseconds. Yep. So now time divided by 23 should give us to it in seconds. If minus countdown is greater than 2, system.out print line. There we go. That's a very long wait though. Oh, no, or equal to, yeah, that's 3 seconds. So that's 2 seconds. So if it's greater than 2, then private void start game. Actually, let's do static. No, we can't do static. Start game. P count. Int player count. Settings dot issue command. Set player count to for if the isn't equal to -1, and track equals 0. Settings dot user dot gamepad. No, get track. Player dot set control stream. P dot get gamepad ID. Player dot set color. How do I set your color? Can I do that? Does this not exist? That's all deprecated now. Set RGB. Oh, did I have a set? Yeah, no, I have a get RGB. I don't think I have a set. Yeah, I do. Dot set RGB. P dot get. Do I not have a... public float get RGB A new float RGB 1. Now I wonder whether this works. And then stage dot set stage dot get what's it called? Overworld. Let's have a look. I make you full white and the other person's full black to see whether this actually works nicely. And I need to wait 2 seconds to make sure that it's not going ridiculous. 2 seconds, and then oh, look at that, beautiful. Now people have the choice of their own colours. What is this madness? And I can have a variable player count in game. Whoa! Actually, I wonder what it looks like with when the black guy wins. To me, this doesn't look like 60 FPS, not even close, because I'm pretty sure it's just the stream. So the white looks dull because I've limited it to grey. So yeah, when white wins, it just looks really dull. I don't think I've put a cap on the black. That makes any sense. Yeah, this is definitely not. I need to. Next update is going to be. Oh, crap! This update is basically almost done. The next update is going to be a combat overhaul, and it is going to make this actually a fun game to play. And it's going to break a lot of bugs, like the bug I just pointed out there. Oh wow, this is... whoa. That is crazy. Crazy dark. Yeah, one of the bugs, one of the big combat bugs at the moment is the fact that the most powerful thing to do when going into combat is basically get on the ground, hold down your ground pounds if you want to, I don't care, and then do a melee attack down. Just walk into them. Because the bouncing just catapults them so high, even when they're on such low percentages. Well, there was some very cool thing you can do as well. If you shield, and then you hold ground pound and let go, you can catapult yourself so high. Yep, too high. I wonder what happens if I go back onto this. Oh, it just goes straight into the game. That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's go back down to 480 and see how that looks as well. I'm hoping it just looks alright. I think the lowest res anybody would be happy to play it at are your effects are nice. What's the VV? I saw the VV and I was like, what? I'm confused by your VV. The effects are nice. Well, thank you, Mr. Sir. When was the last time you actually saw this game? I'm curious. It's cool to actually finally be able to set your colour rather than have a forced colour. Now I just need to send all this information to the server and have it deal with it, so I can give up. Actually, before I forget, let's get rid of this player 1 thing and get rid of the assignment player and the gamepads, because it is very deprecated now. It is just there because it wants to be, not because it needs to be. And it also means we have to get rid of the beautiful assignment to player thing on the main screen. I love that. It took me so long to do it in the gamepad screen. But it's pointless now. There's no reason to have it. Oh, there was grap. Oh my gosh. That was ages ago. My god. I think I have that somewhere. I found a bunch of my old stuff and I put it somewhere. RBSJ. No. That was absolutely freaking ages ago. Was this it? No, it wasn't. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Huge inefficient stuff. I always stream when you stream in my inbox, but I click the link and you've stopped. Okay. Well, Wow, has it really been that long? Jesus. I think... What's this? I have some animation thing as well. I keep looking back at my old stuff. You were watching me then. Now look at this. Look at this terrible thing. That was before I even used OpenGL. Before I used... I don't even know what packages. Before, everything in my project was just raw classes just everywhere. It was horrible. And then I realised, oh yeah, you can actually use folders. Oh, okay, that's nice. Nobody ever told me this. I never realised. So that's probably one of the downsides about self-teaching is that there are these really, really simple things, and you don't even pick up on. You don't realise you can actually do, and you're just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And I probably should have realised that, but I never did. That's what I was doing. Get rid of the player count. Just give you just have a roll-in ID. Roll-in. I assume that's what it's called. If not, it should be because it makes perfect sense to be called that. Player select. Private static ID track equals 0. Private. I think the last time might have been when you port into OpenGL. I have old exports of that. The oldest export I will show you in a minute and see whether that's what you're talking about. Final int ID equals ID track plus. Let's have a look. Keep having to check my Skype because I'm actually waiting on a message. Let's have a look. I should put that there. It's all in my messy Dropbox somewhere. But on archive, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's under coursework, isn't it? This is the oldest export I have of this project. This game, when all the models look like this. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't have any menus at all here. I have no way to set up controllers. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, I do. Never mind, I stand corrected. Let's do this. What's the buttons? I no longer have... Wait, what? Okay, now I have control. Look at this rubbish thing. No combat, no gameplay whatsoever. And what's quite surprising is the time span between that update there and the update after that. What was that? 12 days. And the game changes quite significantly within 12 days, because this is what the game was like 12 days later. There was actually some sense of gameplay. Granted, crap. And my god, the frame rate. I wonder whether this bug... Actually, I don't know whether the bug is in this version. Is it? Oh no, there's no bouncing, is it? The frame rate is so bad. I haven't done any optimization of this. Or at this stage, I hadn't done any optimization whatsoever. And what's... Just to make it clear, if I can... Actually, do I have access to the console? Help. Oh, I do. List toggles. Toggle D underscore wireframe. There we go. This is the wireframe, and this is probably you could probably, or at least hope you can, see why this early version was incredibly inefficient. Look at how many bloody vertices are in just the text. Just the text. Nothing else. It is absolutely ridiculous. And now I can no longer move in the menu. Is there any reason for me not being able to move in the menu? Did I break something? I broke something. Yeah, basically to get an idea that it is ridiculous. Very inefficient game. I think I also have documents somewhere where I did performance comparison. There we go, right in front of me. I did a performance comparison with I think it was that version and that version afterwards, looking at how many people it could support. Yeah, version 1.1. This is on this machine without recording whatever. With 4 players, 80 FPS. With 8 players, 32. With 16, 20. 32, 6. 64, 4. 128 players, 2 frames. 256, 1 frame. And then 512 onwards, less than 1 frame. Now we look at version 1.1.5. 4 players, 120 FPS. 8 players, 120 FPS. All the way up to 128 players, and it still has 120 FPS. And it only starts to drop when it gets to 256, where it drops to 65, and then 512 drops to 33, 1024 has 16. The game is still playable. In version 1.1, the game was basically unplayable with 6... Well, no, you can do it with 20 FPS. With 32 players, you had 6 frames a second. With this version on, 120. And I think that was basically all due to the polygons of the text. It was absolutely horrific. I need to get up to date on that paperwork though, because this is all for coursework. I assume I've said at some stage, but I don't actually know. So I'm hoping. Well, yeah, it's all for coursework, and I need to actually get on top of the paperwork for that. Let's actually just check. That's not what I wanted. I think I know what you're talking... Jesus Christ. Launch. Oh, yeah. I moved it, didn't I? Oh, can I actually start with 1 player now? What's it do? Just huge text. That's what 1 player looks like. Why did your text have so many vertices? Because I decided to do it stupidly. I decided to do it then with models instead of doing it with textures. Because smart man right here. What was I looking at? I can't actually remember. Yeah, I thought that might be nicer just to have models per vertice, no, per basically pixel of my font. And I thought, oh, that's not going to be mad at all. I mean, look at these games nowadays. They support so many vertices. How can they do it? You know, I can do it, obviously, and then I obviously didn't pay attention to the fact that there was a crap ton of optimization during that process. So, really, at any time, there isn't really that many vertices actually on your screen. They just make you think there is. What was I just testing? Oh yeah, the player number. Start local play, player 0, yep, I just need to put it up by 1 and that'll be perfect. And that should also... or at least it will be perfect for that. Let's just start the ID track on 1 and that should be all good. What's this image? A doy. Oh yeah, I don't know, I assume you haven't seen that. There is actually sound in the game as well. It's all the music is just music I found and liked at the moment, and it's not going to roll out with the final version because obviously copyright and yeah. Although I've just made it at the moment that it just picks a random song from a folder, and basically means that the user can put whatever music they want in, and I'll put a little message saying how you put, or I'll write a little thing, like probably on their screen. Actually, I'll probably have a little link which says, you know, music source or whatever, and then you select the folder, and we'll go through and play through random music, whatever. But it has sound in it. Has some terrible sound effects. Start. Where's the other player? There we are. Actually, I can't turn the music off, can I? Damn it. I have no way of turning the music off. There is actually sound effects for all the attacks and the players getting hit, and all of those sound effects were made with my mouth. I basically went into Audacity, recorded, like, I think I recorded for the damage sound, which is by far the easiest to make out. I recorded basically me going, or, and then I recorded that over 5 different times, and then managed to mix it together, and it actually doesn't sound too inhuman. So that's good. If you wanted pretty cheap royalty music, Sony Creative Software. Oh. 90% off Flash sales. Jesus. Okay. Let's just pop that up in another window. What was it called? Sony Creative Software. There were actually £300 plus music for 50 quid. Nice. And that's all licenses and everything like that. So presumably that's all video you're fine to use. Okay, that's cool. I like it. I'll make sure to actually go and have a look at that, because I've been trying to find sources for a few things. I assume you don't know that I actually competed in the last Ludendare, then, in which case, because I was talking about music in that. I didn't actually have music in my game, and my game was terrible because time management. I turned a 48-hour competition into an 8-hour competition, and suffice to say, it didn't go amazingly. I didn't make the game I made wasn't terrible, it just wasn't it wasn't that good, in my opinion. Sign up for the newsletter. Yes, I shall do so in a minute. That's the thing I need. I need sticky notes for multiple reasons. I need sticky notes to both remind me of things like that, and also for tiny little revision-y things. Let's have music back on. Wait, is this finished? Yeah, it has. Oh, I've been doing an hour. Let's change music to something. That isn't that. And also isn't mad anime stuff. Because I'll probably end up singing along. That's what I do nowadays, and I can't speak Japanese that well, so I just butcher it ridiculously. Let's put on a few podcasts. There we are. Okay. So next step was to get rid of the deprecated gamepad stuff. I don't know whether somebody's yelling. Somebody's yelling for someone. I don't know whether it's for me or not. End user license agreement is one of the best. So long as you have other media to accompany the sound, you can see it. Oh, I'll sell it. Ah, okay, so yeah. Basically, provided you don't just go and sell the sound. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So if you have it in a video, or if you have it in a game, then that's perfectly fine. Okay. That seems like a really good deal. Is there any way to preview, or, well, I hope there's a way to preview music beforehand? Oh, I just thought of a brilliant idea about installation. Jesus, I could have install all in this launch menu. I could have another class that creates all my files and everything. Oh, I was complaining at a friend I have because he made I can't remember what it was. I don't know. He made something a while ago where he, instead of having the assets instead of having the assets all made and sat there in a folder, he just had the assets always created upon program's launch and just stored in a folder. And I thought, well, what's the point of doing that? There's no point in even saving them into the folder if they're just going to be created all the time anyway. I just looked down into the Twitch chat, and apparently the last thing I wrote, I didn't send the message. It's just sat there in the text box waiting to send. Is Lopham. No idea what it is, and I've no idea how I even managed to press that variety of buttons without getting a K or a J in there somehow. There's just loud beeps every 10 seconds, so you can't just, you can't rip them. Yeah. So you can listen and go, oh yeah, that music's cool, and then put it on your wish list or something like that. Okay, I shall look forward to doing that. Oh, I just had an idea. I read your message, or I just flicked through the chat and I saw your message about grappling from a while ago. And I just thought, because the next update is to do with adding new gameplay elements, and I have ideas for different gameplay elements, and I have a feeling I'm going to re-implement some form of the grapple. It's not going to be as ridiculously powerful as it was, well, in the last game there was no cape, but you could just use it wherever you were and it would just fire out and hit something, but I don't think it's going to be as strong as it is in this, or it's easy to use as that. It will obviously fire out and it will try and latch onto something, if not it will just fail, but I have an idea on how I can do something similar. Gamepad, and then I'll commit this as well. Assigned player. We get rid of all this assigned player crap. Assigned player equals 0. Assigned to player, you're pointless. Settings. Wait, what? Okay. Main control. Keyboard.assigned to player. Nope. None of that crap. And then the last one is you, hopefully. Oh, players. What do you use it for? Right here. Destroy. Oh, yep. Key forward assigned to player. Wait, there's a way to check a profile exists if pad. Dot profile, no, dot. Starts. Nope. Okay. Just get rid of that for now. Assign player, it's not equal to true. Something, anything. BB food, alright. See you in a bit. If I'm still streaming, that is. Oh god, the music's still on. Oh god, the music, no. So that shouldn't... Ooh. try. Legal state exception E, return false. The assign to play option needs to get scrapped entirely. So yeah, I'm new here. Can I see the game so far? The game so far, you've kind of caught me in a bit of a awkward state because I'm currently just trying to implement a bunch of menus. Let's go in proper res. So I've just finished writing some server architecture, which means that there can be, which, well, basically means multiplayer exists in the game. Currently, the only way to connect and disconnect in multiplayer is to type into the console and type in commands to do that. At the moment, I'm just trying to create in-game menus to host and to connect to servers. So that doesn't exist at the moment. Let's launch in the game. This is the game. There is music to it and sound effects, although they're pretty crap. Or the sound is pretty crap, and the music is all sourced online, and it's not going to be in the final release of the game. And rebuilding this menu at the moment, you have this lovely assign to player menu, which is all pointless now. It doesn't actually do anything, and it has a lovely button assignment, which I'll probably also redo as well. Settings menu is pretty empty. It just means I can go through. It's just a dev thing at this moment. It means I can toggle some things. So low settings caps the frame rate at 30 in terms of linear interpolation. I can draw hitboxes, change it to I can draw wireframes, change it to no clip. It's a bit dull. Start online. This is what I haven't done yet. This is what I'm going to do in a minute. And local play now has this menu, which I've just finished, which means I can have people that have controllers just press A or whatever, and we can go and change the red value, the green value, and the blue value, so we can change what colour we are, because we want to. Somehow made it pink by randomly moving things. Then, once everyone's readied up, it will go into a game. And currently, the game, all the gameplay is going to be redone, or the mechanics at least, because it's a very simple combat system. Basically, I have a melee attack. Everything's based on these giant cubes at the moment because I haven't made anything else. I have a melee attack, I have a ranged attack, and I have a shield. If I press this, there we go, that is the shield. I can also drop myself very far, which will probably be removed from the game as well at some later stage. So the aim at the moment is just to get, or to hit your enemies, which stuns them, and then end up knocking them off the map. Very similar to Smash Brothers. Even uses the same percentage system as Smash Brothers. There is also a lot of bugs, so I can do things like this. The most powerful thing to do in the game so far is to just melee down, and there's a bouncing mechanic, and the bouncing mechanic is very broken, so if I just melee down when they're stood still, they just bounce and get launched up miles. So yeah, just first person to 3 kills, and then restart, and yeah, there's not really a great deal to show for at the moment. Although one of the cool things you can do, which I like, there are a bunch of different maneuvering, yeah, I think that's the word, maneuvering. It just doesn't sound like it in my head. Options that you can do. So if you range attack in a specific direction, there's actually a bit of knockback that you get. So you can do this to, if you do it correctly, or time it correctly, and you point it down, then you can catapult yourself miles into the air. So this is a regular jump. This is just doing it regularly. You can also do some terrible, because bouncing, like I said, is very broken. So if I hold shield, and then do that drop down thing that I told you, where I can just make just force me to jump down to the bottom world. If I hold down shield, hold it down and let go, I just get catapulted into the air. And I can do a variety of things like that, so I can glide. That was a terrible glide, but yeah, at the moment there's not really much to this game. This is basically the state it's in at the moment. And yeah. We're just trying to make everything nicer and neater. I did actually just go through and show DSM, who was also another person who's just left to get food, the past versions of this game. But anyway, welcome official Ponty? Ponty, yeah. And this is all written in Java, in case you're interested. I might just remake this. Oh, it might take less time just to remake everything. Jesus. Okay. First of all, where's... That's the colour of it. Pad dot... How do I check whether a profile exists? Get profile status? Ah, there we go. That's perfect. So then we just need to get rid of the assign to player option. Or I can actually do, instead of doing assign to player, let's keep it. And let's just do set as player 1 instead of assign to player. Gamepad setup. Set as player 1. Set as player 1. Now I'm going to change it to assign to player 1 because I like it better. Assign to player 1. Draw the buttons if key is pressed, then button.focus. Do I have a thing for that? Yep, if the button has focus, so that's if delete has focus, if assign has focus. Settings.user.get 0.set control scheme current pad dot no, that's not. How did I do it before? Current pad. Yep, so let's go settings dot user get 0.set control scheme gamepad dot get current pad dot get gamepad ID. Then do I unfocus? Yep, and then I unfocus. Unfocus. If equal to settings dot get dot user dot get player 0 dot get control scheme, nope, get game, nope, get control scheme dot get gamepad ID, then RGBA 0 equals 1, 1, 2. That's all I wanted to dab it. Ooh, something broke. No pointer. Which part? Should be that part. If it's not, I'd be worried. So current pad. If nope, still runs it. Wait, what? If it's greater than what? Try catch. Let's just catch null pointer. Null pointer. Exception E. God damn it, I keep doing that. Oh, it's not current pad, it's I. I'm confused. It's current pad. Oh, get game. No. No, get game pads. I've done it the same way here. Get game pads. Where's the visual update UI? least I can still use the profiles in some way. Welcome back, DSM. Actually, I have an idea. Instead of doing 1, let's be interesting. Equals camera dot get inverse RGBA. I've just been called to eat food. See, DSM, this is what you do. This is what you do every time you appear. It's always your fault. God. God, man. God. Player name looks set drawn. That's not what I want to do. What's the one? So drawn. Anytime I even say it's a true, oh. Creavitum. I just shoot. Gold. No, I'll just for a bit. But hopefully come back in... Oh, it's Sunday, isn't it? Oh, bugger. An hour or 2, maybe? So if you leave it on in an hour or 2, I'll hopefully come back. I might not be programming, I might just be playing games. I'm not entirely sure. It depends. I thought I rewrote all of these menu stuff to try and make it neat, but it turns out I didn't. It turns out I just rewrote them because I wanted to. I want the moment menu is called menu stage. I want settings to get used to each 0, because that should be the keyboard every time. So this, yeah, so now I can assign, in this menu I can assign things as player 1, but that's it, and then create the profile, which is good, because then I can go, oh, look at this, and then look at that, and oh, look at that. Beautiful. So yes, I shall be back in a bit.